warm welcome here at GG Ice Challenge, and here with me is Chris de Jong, Chris J from mouz.chrisj. Hello sir, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. Thank you.
So, you have been with mouz.chrisj for more than 6 years, so what makes you such an invaluable asset for the team?
I think it changed over the years a bit. I mean, I've played different roles in the team. Recently, I've been just trying to fill in whatever gaps the team needs. I try to make the other players as comfortable as possible, and try to take maybe the positions or roles that other people might not like as much. Yeah, that's it.
So recently also you have switched back to open entry fragger, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how does it, let's just say, affect the general structure of the play you did before that and after that?
I mean, I played entry fragger before in the previous mounts lineup. I've also done it like kinda even before that, even though it was not really my set role. But I think I've always kinda liked this. Just going in first and taking more maybe risky duels than other people would like to do. I think it helps the team really well now because it specifically allows Frozen to get into positions where he can refrag more, he doesn't need to go in first, and he seems to be more suited to acting on what's going on the map and not having to go in first and having maybe this kind of pressure, or you have to go, or maybe you have to die for your teammate or some stuff like that, you know. So I think overall it just made the whole team more comfortable.
Okay, so recently you have really an incredible run, and how do you, let's just say, stay in shape to play consistently so well? So how do you keep, what's the secret that you do not lose this energy?
I think there's no secret, and I think personally I'm definitely not the most consistent player. Last month,
you and your team as well.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, like the December month, obviously we had a really good run, and we could say we were consistent over that month. But the month before, obviously, we were on the rise for a bit, and then we became kind of stale. I wouldn't say we always had the most consistent performances. So honestly, I feel like we still maybe even need to figure out ourselves how to stay on top. As you said, we had a good run now, but it's a new year. We really need to prove ourselves again in a way, and I think...
Well, since there's major, you'll have a chance there.
Yeah, exactly. We kind of start with the clean slate again, even though you can have in the back of your head, yeah, we're a good team now. But every tournament and every year, every week, you have to keep grinding and keep having to show that you're actually still good, right? Because everybody else is working really hard to beat you, so you have to do the same. Yeah, it's gonna show out in the future how consistent we will be.
So seeing different captains working inside mouz.chrisj, what makes Kerrigan so special and such a good leader for you now?
I think one is that he's super motivated. He's always working super hard. He's really giving the extra time and energy needed to come up with new stuff and to really put his teammates in the positions and the roles they prefer the most. I think every player in the team benefited from him coming in because he realizes what they like to play and he makes it all fit together, you know. Yeah, that's just something he's really, really good at.
Also, I've noticed that you have some sort of a really good, let's just say, synergy with Robs, especially with Robs. So what's the secret of your understanding? How did you develop it, and does it extend outside of the game?
I mean, it definitely extends outside the game. I'm really good with Robin, but I think it's, I don't know what's the secret again, but it's just something that developed over the time with him and me working together in mouz. Yeah, we're always already good on a personal level, but I think in game it developed just over the time we've been playing together. We got used to each other.
Like in JoJo, it just works, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So what's your initial impression on the new things that been changed to maps recently?
The first impression I had of the specifically Dust 2 and Mirage was that it's gonna be a lot harder for the CTs. Then I actually checked it a bit on the map myself, and I was actually Robin mostly convincing me that actually Beyond Dust 2 didn't change that much. It's not gonna be that much harder. But we will see. Obviously, we need to see how the top teams adapt. But for example, on Mirage, it looks like it's harder to like jump spot B house because they lowered this the wall on the balcony there. So there's some changes. You have to adapt in new ways again. But on first sight, it looks like it's going to be favorable for the terrorists, and that doesn't really make sense to me. But maybe it's not going to be that bad.
Okay, so you are considered to be one of the, let's just say, favorites of this tournament. And who do you think to be the toughest competition for you on your way to the first place?
Honestly, I think Mad Lions is already going to be hard for us. I remember we played against them in Budapest in the V4 tournament, and they played really good. And if you see their past few months, they've also been really, really on the rise. I honestly don't even want to think too much past that match because I really don't want to underestimate those guys. So we're just going to take them head on first and then see what comes after.
Okay, so we hope to see the best of your play, and thank you for your time. Good luck.
Thank you.